Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. And we are back. It's been a while. 6 months. 6 months I ain't record a podcast. And I'm so excited to be here today with this gentleman next to me. Where my water go? Yeah.
I've been on my grind just to live it out.
2026. Dope individuals only, baby. Big year. Big year ahead. A lot of dope shit in the works. And yeah, man, we definitely excited to be back. Yes, yes, yes. And we are back with another episode of the Dope Individuals Only podcast. I'm Eric, the host, and I'm up here with another dope individual. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? Mr. Papoppin in the building. Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
Hey. Yo, it's been a minute since we've been trying to get this figured out, man. So I'm happy to have you here today, bro. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the show, being part of the community, man. I want to give you a little round of applause for showing up here today. Yes, yes.
Thank you for the invite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I see you all over Instagram doing dope shit. I love a lot of the things that you're doing with a lot of the indie artists over there. And I applaud that, man, because I think there's somebody that needs to represent for this small music scenery that we have in this Pennsylvania area. A lot of people only really know us for Philly and things like that, but there's dope shit everywhere.
100%, 100%. Trying to be that doorway for sure.
I like it. So talk to us a little bit about your brand, what it represents, what you guys do, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So Papoppin is a digital media platform. I do little news articles. I have my own mic performance, the Pagoda Podium. Everyone from the city definitely knows it.
That's what's up.
Coming in, gonna be doing something new's coming up. So stay tuned with a mic performance, a new, I guess you could say rebranding a little bit, but we keeping the podium just because it's definitely the anchor.
It's a staple. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to be that doorway for any music artist, any entrepreneurs, business owners, trying to be that, promoter for the city for sure.
That's what's up, man. How did you get into a realm like that? A lot of the time people want to be the one that is on the camera, that center stage on the camera. They want the recognition, but they want the stardom. But like there's a role for somebody like you where you are the person that is giving them the platform to shine. So how'd you get in that realm? What made you want to even do something like that?
Well, I am gonna shout out you got 4 Life and ADHD.
Shout out.
They definitely put me on in the sense I used to music manage for them, so I would get shows, help direct music videos, just try to connect either anyway. And I had a fan page for them actually too.
Word.
So my guy T-Rock, I shout T-Rock out real quick.
I seen him on Instagram earlier in the winter. He was like he was feeding the neighborhood. He bought like 50 boxes of pizza. That shout out to him because I think it came out as
my bad.
Go ahead. Do you think?
I was gonna say I believe that was with K Slim.
Okay.
That was out in the city. Yeah, I think that was past this summer maybe.
Oh, okay. I know it popped up on my feed and I was like, that's what's up, man, that people are going out there on their own volition and doing something to impact the communities that they live in. You know what I mean? So that's big.
Yeah, no, and but T-Rock, he saw my fan page and he's definitely part of the team, just as low-key the vision. I want to shout him out.
Shout out.
He's actually from this area too. So, but T-Rock came up to me. He was like, "Hey, why don't you try to be a promotion type page?" And that's how it started, just promoting music artists in the city. And then I was like, let's take it a little further and start getting into podcasts, the public interviews. I wanted to do like my own mic performance. Definitely was inspired by On the Radar, Dumblit Studios.
Yeah.
What is it? There's a guy named like Judge London or something like that. He has like a courtroom type scene that I thought was pretty dope. So definitely got inspired by them. So
did it take a lot to start this up? Like a lot of people think when you come out and you start creative projects, whether it's a podcast or a media company, that you need a boatload of things to get the ball rolling.
No, you just got to start.
You just got to start. Just jump
all
in.
You got to do. You got to start, and things will start rolling. You got to be consistent for sure, and definitely some kind of motivation behind it for sure. There's days where my motivation's low, but I still got to keep rolling with the punches.
So what is the motivation? Like, because everybody's gonna run into those days. I know I run into those days where shit. I had one last week where I just didn't even want to get out of bed. You know what I mean? But the grind don't stop. The work don't stop.
Never stop.
What needs to be done needs to get done.
Mhm.
So like, what is that motivation for you?
Honestly, one of them is definitely my family. The other motivation was I just have a passion for music. My grandfather was in a band.
Okay.
He played the keyboard, and he traveled up and down the East Coast. And my great grandfather was also in a band. Like
that shit running through your blood.
yeah, I try to dibble and dabble into the instruments as well. I played the violin for a little bit, but never went anywhere though.
Violin's tough, man. My son got a violin, and he was begging me for it for months because he did it with his school. He loved it, and begging me for a violin for months. How many times he played it? Like twice since he's gotten it for Christmas. So it's definitely something like you talk about, that consistency.
Nah, you just got to keep going.
Yeah.
And, but definitely that's I just had a big passion for music, and definitely I will say I loved promoting my boy's music and everything like that. So
is it just because he was your friend, or was it because you actually thought he was talented?
Talented, I believed in him. My boy ADHD, his family, his bloodline. Oh my goodness, a lot of music in his bloodline. So it's just he definitely has a talent for sure.
Okay.
Same with For Life. His uncle actually had got to sit down and talk with like Daddy Yankee and stuff like that. So there was some music in his bloodline as well. But ADHD. His dad's DJ H. Vidal.
Really?
Yeah, that's his dad.
Wow. Shout out to DJ H. Vidal. I hear him every day on 106.9. Shout out to the whole 106.9 family, man. They show mad love to the podcast or my wife's small business and things like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. DJ H. Vidal. His brother makes beats. He had his sister was rapping and everything like that.
So you came up with him in this space.
Yep.
Where you guys are constantly around the music.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So what makes you want to work with indie artists? Because they're creative, they're artists, but they're not up here yet. A lot of them are just trying to build the base and things like that.
No, because there's talent there for sure, and some of them just need either the motivation or just like a little guidance. That's all they need. So I want to work with the city in that sense and just try to put on, because like you got Lonnie Walker from Reading, PA.
Shout out.
He's
NBA.
Doing his thing with NBA. There's people I went to school with that are D1 athletes. And there's a lot of athletes and everything, but the music scene, honestly, I think since Nova, and I was like on the rap game in like 2017, I haven't really heard too much like big,
I was gonna say, what about Beans? Beans
got bars.
I like Beans.
Yeah,
I seen her on the rap show. We talked about doing a record together a couple years back. It never came to fruition, and then she fucking blew up after being on that show.
I was gonna say, I know of her. I never really looked too much into her. I saw some of her. I do follow her on the gram. I know she's from Reading, but I know she at least from my knowledge. Now this could be wrong, but she be promoting that she's from Philly a lot. So.
I've known her from Reading, so that's interesting.
I would say if you're probably like from the area or at least around the general area, that you probably know her from that. But
okay.
I guess, I get it. Philly's the bigger city, so possibly she's just like, hey, I'm close to Philly. So just letting everyone know.
I don't know. I like to rep where I'm from, especially because like I come from a small town. There's not a lot of success right now. We do have a signed artist who goes by Red McFly. Okay. I'm not sure if you know who Red McFly is, but he's been on this show.
I'm gonna look into him though.
Yeah, he's signed under French. He produced a couple tracks on that new Max B and French project that just dropped and stuff like that. So he's having a lot of success, but he's bred here. You know what I mean? Like, so it's cool seeing coming from a small place where there's not a lot of recognition, not a lot of people that have success stories coming out of areas like ours, but then every once in a while you find somebody that breaks through the ceiling. And then they kind of open up the floodgates, not only to show artists that it's possible, but like some of the artists actually get put on.
They get the opportunity.
They get the opportunity.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be that doorway in a sense of, you know, hopefully I get that boost. But I also like bringing out like bigger artists to for indie artists to like open up for and everything. Just to, it definitely feels good to be like, hey, I opened up for this guy, I opened up for that guy.
Yeah.
JDS Never Miss, and I brought him out to Reading, 2024 July. That was nice. There was like over 200 people at the event.
So you were event planning too?
Yeah,
Like,
I do that. I do that as well.
this guy does it all, man. Yeah, facts, bro. Got to get the flowers when they need to be given.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it. But yeah, I brought him out, and then I actually had my boy For Life open up for Scarlett out in New York. That was pretty dope. And also Detronata from Baltimore. Had him open up out there. So like, but I do dibble and dabble in hosting events. I usually like collab with people.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work for a studio going by HTM Studios.
Shout out.
Yeah, people from the city would definitely know the name. We did fall apart, but
Things happen.
Things happen for sure. But it definitely was a experience. It was the stepping stone for me for sure.
Hell yeah, you get an opportunity every. I like to say I don't really believe in taking L's. The only time you take an L is when you ain't learned from what you was just doing.
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson. You know what I mean? It's a building block. Because you can always come back to the drawing board. I always tell my son, like, there's no such thing as failing until you actually quit. Mm-hmm. When you quit, then you can say you didn't. You failed. Yeah, you failed, bro. But again, we still have to make that choice.
Nah, but even just trying. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that say, "Oh, I could have done it. Did you try?" No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But, I could have. Well, I didn't see you at least try.
Yeah. I think it's somewhere in people's minds they think that not trying is better than failing. Oh, and I'm not sure if it's because social media or what
pride thing.
Yeah, maybe pride and ego getting in the way. But it's like you'll never know until you take the shot at it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You miss 100% of them that you don't take. And that's something I actually live by because it's very, very easy to be complacent and just like be stuck on analyzing how things can play out instead of throwing your hat in the ring and actually seeing what comes of it. You never know.
You win or lose, but you, like you said, definitely turn that L into a lesson or learn from it. Don't make it a loss or anything, But I do want to shout out real quick DJ Latino, just because.
Big shout out to DJ Latino. That's the guy right there.
Definitely, that's how I saw your stuff, because he came on here and he's doing his own thing for sure. Definitely within the Spanish community. And
I love DJ Latino, man. Every time I'm in his presence, you ever get around people and then you could just be like, I love his energy.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean.
Got the energy. He it's like he definitely could bring people up, if that makes sense. Like that, just
like connecting.
I haven't seen him like really upset or like sad or like mad or anything. It's just always go, and he's up.
Yeah. When he showed up to my podcast that we shot last year, most people show up with their friend, they might show up with their team, whatever. He showed up with his wife and his daughter.
Oh, that's what's up.
I was like, yo, bro, I want to say thank you. I thanked him on the podcast for it because it's like, I think that everybody, like, we're all building something. We're all building a brand, but when you can involve your family as part of it, I always have a deep appreciation for that, because like wherever I go, I'm hardly with a clique or friends. I'm typically with my wife and my kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I got a lot of respect for that, just to keep them involved in the process.
For sure.
Allow them to see the growth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And things like that. So big shout out to DJ Latino, man.
Yeah, big shout out for sure. But definitely the growth with the family.
Yeah, I want to get into that a little bit about the family, because you and I, we spoke off camera.
Yep.
You got a couple kids. Mm-hmm. You got a wife soon to be.
Yes, soon to be.
Yes,
sir.
So talk about this about this next phase of life, evolving from wherever you want to start from, and getting to the point where you're mature enough to realize that this is the next step in your evolution as a man, as a father.
No, for sure. Definitely I want to be a father that my children could look up to, for sure. And then, but the next goals in life is honestly just building with my fiance. Just keep going. we actually been talking about trying to get her into like some photography and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She could come with me and do things and whatnot. I will say I am a little skeptical of some things just because, like, I will say some people I get around, like they got people that they have beef with, and just like bullet got no name, you
Yeah,
know.
and you want to keep them safe. I got
So,
you.
but I do have off camera, when it's just me and her, I definitely be running my ideas with her. She's definitely someone I go to and be like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
Is that just so you have somebody to bounce ideas off of, or like the input you get is quality input?
I would say both.
Yeah.
Definitely. That the photo that she posted, that the drawing,
Mm-hmm.
she drew that. She's I don't know. She's definitely organization, and I could count on her for sure.
That's
So.
what's up, bro. That's what's up. For real. When we're in this creative realm, bro, like you need somebody that understands. I would say that, speaking from my own perspective, like my wife understands what I'm trying to do. She understands what I'm trying to accomplish, and she helps in that realm.
Oh yeah.
Because she realizes that it's important. Like picking the right partner is hard work.
Hard work, but definitely it's a crown for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm trying to stop with the cursing. I really am, but
all good.
I'm like, whenever I get into like conversations where like I'm heavily involved in it, I feel it, man. It just comes out. I'm gonna have to bleep some of these.
Nah, it's all good. I would say me personally with the cursing, I do feel there's a balance. A curse words, it's just a word, but it's also depending how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I believe for the most part. But
is it the you have the power in the tongue to speak life and death kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. Very, very powerful. Your tongue, honestly, changing your mindset and speaking things into existence plays a big role. Like
in success?
In success, whatever you're trying to do. Now, if you're speaking negatively about yourself or what, that's gonna come around. You reap what you sow, type of thing.
I always tell my daughter that. I'm like, yo, be conscious of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when she's mad at her brother because he's picking on her, be conscious of what you're saying, because like you never know, like those little threats of "I wish you weren't here" kind of thing. Those things happen to people, and it could very well be our life, and that's why it just made me say, like, I got to stop with the cursing, because this is something that I'm actively working on, like trying to negate and stop. Even musically, like I've been writing songs where I haven't been cursing.
No, that's one of my biggest things.
It's so hard.
Like, and then I feel like, how old are you again?
30.
30. Okay, so you are a little older, but I would say definitely around our generation, 2016, being in high school and everything like that, everyone just started like cursing in songs, and I definitely feel like it drained out music in some kind of way. Now it's kind of hard to hear no curse words in a song, know. And anyone who does that, just avoid cursing, but the song's still powerful. I give you props, 100%. Same with comedy and everything like that as well. If you're able to steer away from the cursing but still be funny, I give you props.
And it just broadens the base too. Like the amount of people that are enabled to enjoy you doing your craft is a lot more.
Oh yeah,
kids can listen now. Women are gonna listen because they don't want to hear vulgar things, but they might be more inclined to listen. Honestly, the biggest reason for me is some of the shows I go to when I go perform, my children are invited, but like I have some songs that they're adult content, but they love the songs. So it's like my children can't even really partake in enjoying the music to the fullest extent because I got a potty mouth, So it's like, so I've been working on it. I'm working on it. I'll keep praying on it.
It's like potty mouth. I haven't heard that in a while.
Hey man, I work around
with my kids, my fiance and stuff like that, and then my first child's mother be saying like stuff like that. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. Just
it is a little funny, man. We work in the daycare, so like we're constantly like dumbing down these terms to get kids for it to resonate. And that's just one thing that carries over. Oh, I gotta go pee pee and things like that. It's like I find myself at home talking the same way as if we're still at work.
All good.
Yeah.
All good. No,
Freaking
nothing wrong with that.
Nah. It's because it's just helping me. It's helping me ultimately. All right, so we talked a little bit about, the power of the tongue and things of that nature. I want to talk a little bit about God because I know you're a believer.
Yes, sir.
Even in your questionnaire, you put a couple verses that you live by and things like that. Do you remember the verses?
Of course. John 3:16, John 14:6, and Matthew 16:24.
It's funny. I meant to go back. I only read John. I'm lying. I didn't get to read the other two, but I went back and I read John. And that's because I was in that chapter already. But I want to talk about the role that God plays in your life. Myself, I don't even really like to call myself Christian because really I'm just working on my relationship with God.
Oh, that's nothing wrong with that for
Yeah.
sure. I would say I was in a similar mindset as well. People ask me, "Are you a Christian?" I'll be like, "No." It's like, yeah, no. Like I believe 100%, but I'd be a little hesitant calling myself a Christian just because I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, I don't want the label. I don't want everything that's tied to Christianity to follow me.
I guess like the religion aspect, the religious like relationship and religion totally different.
Yeah. And ultimately that's where I'm at on the ordeal. It's like I don't need to be like, I do go to church. I do think it serves a role, but I don't need to be in church every week to prove that I have a relationship with God. You know what I mean? Like even Jesus went and disappeared into nature so he can go have his so he can go have his moments for hours at a time to go talk with God and recenter himself. So like I'm a big believer in like I don't need to be in a church every week, but I really just don't want the stigma of Christianity following me around. For the simple fact being, I don't behave that way. I don't condone none of those things. Like almost every war in history has been fought over religion.
I would say, yeah, you got holy wars 100%.
Yeah, and I don't want to feel like I'm part of something that perpetuates the harm of people, the collapse of civilizations and things of that. But I do think that working on the relationship with God is very, very important, especially since last year. That's when I really started to get involved. So I don't know how long you've been involved.
I would say since I was 15.
Oh, you have some time in this.
I would have my like seasonal times where I'm doing well for a season, then I'm like I would feel lost or just like self-sabotage. I'm not good enough, maybe some shame and everything like that. And just I'm walking away, then I'll come back. But like right now in this life, like I don't want to do that back and forth no more. 100%. I will want to quote my guy Caesar. He was on Dry Bones podcast. Shout them out real quick.
Shout out. I followed them, by the way.
Good. I'm telling you, watch the stuff. They got some good stuff for sure. But Caesar, he basically was saying, which 100% I agree. Your relationship with God is 90% outside of the church, and then that 10%, that small percentage, is in church. So, like, yeah, church definitely plays its role, but you still that 90%, is a lot. It's a bigger impact.
Yeah, I could say how you said. I was going through seasons where I'm close and I'm distant, and then when I'm distant, I feel the shame and I feel me slipping. I'm in this space like that now. For like since the beginning of this year, I've been consistent reading the Bible on a regular basis. I'm talking about like either every day, every other day, been consistent, showing up to Bible studies. But the past 2 weeks, I missed Bible study twice. I ain't opened up my Bible at all this week. And I just went on a 6-day binge of being high every day for the last 6 days. And that's something I haven't done since the beginning of this year. Okay. But it's funny. I was journaling before I came here, and I was writing about that, like how my separation from God has allowed me to start spinning out of control again. And it's not like I'm not out there smoking crack or anything, but like for me within, I could feel it. I could feel the change. I could feel me slipping. Can you speak to that a little bit about like the importance of like seeking God.
Yeah, no, for sure. You gotta seek God, and then, um, I feel like the first step is always, acknowledging, the Lord, and then just uh, accepting Christ as your Savior, and then after that, that's when the hard stuff begins. Okay, and then I would say
Facts.
three things. Worship, prayer, and reading the Word. Those are like the three things that you could. That's how you get closer, 100%.
It's funny. Anytime I read the Bible, it's a great story. It's a great story.
Many stories.
Yeah, a great many stories. I don't like sometimes like I believe, but sometimes when I'm reading, I be like I feel like I should feel different. Like I feel like my heart should be like,
It's a process.
yeah,
It's gonna happen eventually.
But it's funny, right? I was listening to there's a dope artist named Streetlights where he did every book in the Bible, and it's on Apple Music,
Okay.
and he puts like nice ambiance music behind it, and he reads the Bible. He reads the Bible as like basically albums, so you can go and you can find any book in the Bible. And I was listening to Mark the other day, and it was Mark 7. In the whole chapter, I'm standing outside in the back, and I'm blazing, and it starts going on, and he starts talking about basically how man destroys themselves
Mm-hmm.
in a moment where like I'm doing something where like I am causing my body harm, and in that moment my whole body starts vibrating, and
Okay.
I can't help but to feel like, yo, is he talking to me right now? Like I was having one of those moments where like I felt so convicted by what I was listening to.
Holy Spirit right there.
Yeah, bro. I just stopped where I was. Like I blew out whatever was left in the bong, and I went back in the house and I finished the chapter, and then I just kind of sat on my bed for like an hour till I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like those moments like where I'm reading on a daily basis, I'm like looking for something like to feel more connected, and then in a moment where I wasn't looking for it, it happened.
That's what happens. Catch you off guard real quick.
Yeah.
Nah, but I mean, the saying is, "Come as you are, but don't stay who you were." And then a good Luke 5:31, basically talking about how the ones who are not sick, they don't need the doctor, but the ones who are sick, they need the physician, they need the doctor. So just come as you are, and it's gonna be a journey. It's gonna be a process. You know, but I know my own personal experiences, and I've known guys where right now they don't even curse no more, but I knew them when they were cursing and just doing smoking every day and all that. And it's just I mean, myself, like I said, I was always back and forth since I was like 15, have good seasons, bad seasons. So I would say 2017, 2020 was a crazy year for me as well. And then
It's
currently
COVID
right
year.
now, is definitely, I would say, I'm not even gonna lie, like a good 5, 6 months I was smoking, doing shrooms and all that stuff. Um, even say like a few months back, I was still getting drunk, and that's definitely like liquor's was always been like a device for me
Mm-hmm.
that I'm trying to steer away from, and it's just definitely staying in my word and surrounding myself with a new environment and listening to the type of music you listen to definitely plays a part.
I agree.
Everything's energy based.
I agree. I love what you just said as far as like your environment, like your circle.
Mm-hmm.
Is your circle today what it was at that time where you realized that you had to make a transition in life to get to where you wanted to go? Is it still the same circle or is it
No,
different?
it's different, 100% different.
Why?
I, honestly, I mean, there's personal issues with people. People did each other wrong, and I honestly, back in 2020, I was praying about this, but just to bring me people eh, that could bring me closer to God, 100%. Like I wanted that change in the environment, but at the same time, I was holding on so tight to that
Old lifestyle?
the old lifestyle, the old circle, and part of that was because of the dream I had with this branding and everything like that. I wanted to keep everything going, just because that's where I started. So I wanted everyone that I started with to be with me
on the whole journey. Yeah.
But
I think that's such a hard reality, especially when you pick up the cross and then start to follow, is that you realize, like,
right there, you just said it, Matthew 16:24. Right there it is.
Leave behind your worldly possessions, pick up your cross and follow me.
Yeah, if you want to follow me, you must deny yourself and then pick up your cross and follow me.
I think that's probably been the toughest part for me as well, is like, the people I thought were gonna be here is not here. Even friends, even family, like the person I am today, they just fundamentally don't get it.
They don't get it, and just there's personal things, and I will say people are on different lanes right now. But I don't know about you, but even though I had bad fallouts with them, I still got mad love for them. I wish nothing but the best. But I will say, since the circles died out and I'm getting a new circle, being around different people, new people, I have been finding like a sense of peace. It's not my life isn't as chaotic as it was.
That was the word I was gonna use. It's chaos. You realize that you learn to live in chaos. I think
you get so used to it.
You get so used to it that even peace
feels weird.
It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, bro. And honestly, this be one of the reasons why I still blaze. Is because, like, I don't know what to do sometimes. I be in the house, like, all the things I used to do, they're not exciting anymore. They're not exciting anymore. Like, for years, my wife called me an old man, but like, finally, I actually feel like I'm stepping into that role, and I'm not totally happy about it. For the simple fact being, like, I'm only 30 years old, but it's so hard to find things that I want to be a part of, that I used to be a part of. Like, there's almost none. There's almost none. Even the way we'll go back to the music. Like, every song I've written this year, I've managed to write without cursing.
Oh yeah.
Because I realized, like, what I was doing.
I would say the same. Like, I dibble and dabble in recording a little bit, just for fun. I'm not really doing being an artist.
The more you know.
But the first stuff I recorded was very gloomy, depressing, cursing, and now anything I record, I try to steer away from that. Try to be, at least if I start off a little depressing, at least maybe there's like a good message, a positive message behind it. But
pain attracts people. Pain attracts people. Pain attracts pain. And maybe your pain, and then seeing where you are, even though you have that pain, will be a catapult for somebody. I mean, you think about some. I want to talk a little bit about music, because we keep circling back to it.
That's my passion. I love music.
Facts.
Now,
Facts.
Like I said, I'm not the artist, but everything about music I just love.
Is there any songs that come to mind when you think about, like, music that raised you, or music that made you realize this is where you wanted to build your empire, like the realm you wanted to build it in?
Man,
artists.
I listen to a whole lot of genres. Like, if we're talking about rap and everything, I will say, Biggie, 50 Cent, Eminem, like all of that. But honestly, I listen a lot more to like classic rock and country, and
you probably be nice at producing, bro. You could just sample all types of stuff, bro.
Nah, I don't know about producing. I would say you definitely want me in the room, and for some feedback, I would always say, like, the music artists I would be managing, they always wanted my opinion, and I would be honest. I would be like, I don't think it's trash, but you definitely can make something better, or nah, this is good.
That's important.
Good.
That's important to have somebody. Yeah, that's important to have somebody in your circle that's willing to be honest with you. Even though it hurts as an artist to hear, like, yo, this is not good enough.
The artist would be like, damn, bro, really, you don't think it's good? I'm not saying it's trash, but
it's mid.
I don't think you should push it that hard. I think you just throw it on your EP or whatever, and it's just
a filler.
A filler, 100% a filler.
There's songs, they play a role.
Mm-hmm.
They play a role in there somewhere. But yeah. So classic rock, country. Are there any artists that like you hear their music and it like reignites that fire, that first time you heard them kind of thing? For me, it's Tupac. Like,
okay,
you throw Tupac on, and it ignites that fire where I was like, I love hip hop music. Like, yo, this shit turn me up, bro. Like, you know, his music does it for me. There's other artists too, but like he was really the first one like that made rap music, hip hop music that had a message, but it also was a bop. It had all the criteria. You had gangsta, you had thought provoking music, you had sad music, you had party music. You know, like. You know.
No, I would say I've always been a big fan of Michael Jackson. It might sound cliche, but no,
I love little Michael.
Michael Jackson for sure, and I would always try to copy his dance moves as well.
He's in the house moonwalking?
Yeah, I can moonwalk.
I can't. So props to you, bro.
But yeah, Michael Jackson. But like, I would say a lot of I don't know. I still to this day I listen to a lot of older music, like stuff from like the 50s, 1950s up to like 90. I just listen to so much. But definitely the music my grandparents listened to growing up.
So why work in the realm of hip hop?
I mean, that's what I would say I grew up around.
Okay.
The environment, and then my the two of, like, I would say my closest friends, the people I was music managing, that's what they would dibble and dabble into.
Okay.
So that's where
ultimately where you were led.
That's where I was going. And like I said, ADHD, his dad's DJ H. Vidal, and then their grandfather was Bobby Newton, and he's in like Berks County Hall of Fame, I think, for like jazz or like rock and roll or something like that.
That's what's up.
He was very talented, R.I.P. But it's just, I don't know. Honestly, that's it. That's what they made, and I still to this day I feel they're both very talented, and if they pursued it 100% and not just like lived a party lifestyle or just whatever, they full throttle 100% and just like we have a formula and we follow it. Still to this day, I could see it.
Yeah.
we make it 100%.
These guys sound like they had a very big influence on you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hip hop used to be, I'm pretty sure you know this since you're so well versed in music, like very political.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? From your KRS-Ones to Tupac's to, I'm trying to think, NWA, all of them.
NWA,
yeah, they're like all about like fighting the powers that be. But we don't really see a lot of political hip hop no more.
No.
Do you think that's an element of hip hop music that needs to return?
I would say yes, but I know so many people are going to be mad at each other. Like right now, I feel anything political, like before you talk about it, disagree, whatever. But now you talk politics, and just be prepared for someone to start throwing hands with you over it. Like it's honestly a little crazy, I feel. But if we want to get back to like some roots, yeah, definitely I would say start bringing that up. And I will say like maybe like my generation's mess up of like mumble rap in a sense, just like that era of SoundCloud. But I still think that era was fire, dope.
It's different. It's very, very different. Nobody thought, I mean, shoot, I remember this one time I heard a Tierra Whack song, and she just harmonized and did melodies but didn't say no words. And I thought the song was fire. Like I downloaded it and everything. But like myself, I would never create nothing like that because I'm like, what the f- is this? You know? But if there's If there's ears to hear, man, somebody's gonna listen.
Somebody's gonna make money. Why not? Why are you gonna stop?
I do think that though we have to reclassify music. Okay. I don't think everything that is rap or sounds like hip hop that has hip hop elements should be labeled as such. Like, I love the fact that they came up with a whole nother branch of rap hip hop music, and it's labeled mumble rap. It has its own subcategory, but I don't like when they throw like a Chief Keef into hip hop. I don't consider it hip hop. You know what I mean? You could throw it maybe in the gangster rap category of hip hop, but I don't think it's hip hop. To say that is on the same level as like a Common or a Nas or a Cole is disrespectful. Because it's not the same. He got his own genre. So I think that we have to reclassify what is actually hip hop, what is actually rap, and what is actually subgenres of the two categories. Because even rap and hip hop aren't the same to me personally.
No. I would say there's similarities.
I agree. Well, how would you classify rap?
Okay, well, to me, rap, I would say maybe more like about the lyrics, you know. But for hip hop, I would say like more like depending on melody and like the type of bass possibly, and then rap will have, like you said, its own categories as well. You got the mumble rap, drill rap. Definitely depends on like the lyrics and everything.
That's what I think. I think rap is offspring of hip hop. Okay. I think how I would classify hip hop is like the essence of the music. Mm-hmm. I think hip hop is rooted in purpose. Like you think about the earliest days of hip hop.
80s, yeah.
80s,
late 70s,
early 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like your Big Daddy Kane's or your Outkast,
Grandmaster X.
Oh shoot! I've never even heard any music. You're pulling it from deep, bro.
Nah, it was not Grandmaster X, but it was Grandmaster something. I don't know where the X came from. I might be wrong, but okay. Definitely Grandmaster something.
I know there's a Grandmaster Flash, and there's one more Grandmaster something. So you might not be wrong.
I'll have to look again.
But
I have to recheck Google.
Yeah, maybe use your Googles. But that's what I'm really big into this because people have ideas, especially people who aren't part of the culture of hip hop rap. They have this idea of what hip hop or rap music is, and it's so far from what I would deem actual hip hop or rap music.
So like a stereotype.
Yeah, I think Nas is a hip hop artist.
Okay.
I think Common is a hip hop artist. I think Cole is a hip hop artist. I also think that they have made rap music, but I think because their discography is rooted in like the essence of hip hop and purpose and what's the word? It's running from me. But I think rap is a little bit less molded because you can just break off and create new subgenres of rap. But hip hop is still hip hop. Like hip hop is going to be revolutionary. Hip hop is going to be controversial. Hip hop is going to be approaching the powers that be. Hip hop is going to be lyrical to express the plight of community that people come from. Like New York 90s New York music got that sound because it was grimy. So the music reflects the times. The music reflects the community. It doesn't sound like anything else anywhere else. Even if you go 90s hip hop but West Coast, totally different, but they have their own version of their griminess that they went through.
So like the music definitely like it's based on generations. You're talking about like that. Like I liked how you said the 90s New York because that's how it was. And I guess you could also talk about like in a sense like movies too. You could tell what movies from like the 90s or what movie, this movie was made definitely in the 80s.
Exactly.
Early 2000s to movies now, you could tell that, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. And I think of music the same way, especially because like they're in the midst, each generation, they're in the midst of cultural phenomenon, something that hasn't been done before, something that hasn't been seen before. Like when you hear NWA in the early 90s, fuck the police coming straight from the underground. Like there's nothing like that before that. and it's a culture shock, but it also has the essence of the times for those 18, 19-year-old artists. You know what I'm saying? And it's rooted from lived experience. Unlike a 50 Cent, like Heat song. Like, yeah, it portrays the times, but it's always been violent. It's always been violent. Where there's poverty, there's violence.
Now you got the 90s. I used to always see this on like Instagram talking about 80s was like more like motivational, political type, and then 90s was like talking about the I guess like the gangster rap, the drug dealing, and then when you got to our generation, it was the ones who were taking the drugs.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone in my generation has done a crap load of drugs.
I agree. There's a small era in there where like this is where I think you get like Biggie and Diddy and stuff like that, where you get the Fly boys coming through, and then you get like it bleeds into Dipset, and then you get you just get like there's a lot of transitions within hip hop and rap music, and I think we just have to be a little bit better at classifying what's what.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stigmas that follow around. Like you probably dealt with it when you try to book certain artists. You probably can't get certain artists in certain venues.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I will say definitely that it's I don't know what it is, but it's definitely it's so hard to get hip hop artists into any building. Like if it's a rock artist, country artist, for the most part you could get them any
venue.
Like I even see like the hip hop culture, like if I've seen people that make like a rock or a country song, I've seen them perform, but like you try to do it the other way around,
it doesn't work. It don't work.
But it's because I guess maybe like the drama that comes with it, you know.
And yeah,
I get it. They don't.
But I think that's because they see it all as one, like it's all on the same vine. It might be coming from the same tree, but they're not on the same branches. You know what I mean? Like the stuff you're gonna deal with at like a Lil Durk concert is not what you're gonna deal with at a. We'll just go back to Cole. You're not gonna deal with those. Yeah, you're not gonna deal with those same things at a Cole concert
unless they performing together.
Unless he's under them for some reason or something like that. But I don't know. I just feel like and that's why I'm saying that, like, we need to be careful and reclassify things as what they are, because we're gonna continue to run into that issue as hip hop artists, hip hop advocates, rap advocates, where we're not gonna be able to get into certain places because the stigma that follows certain artists around because they make similar music. It's not the same, but it's similar. I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking.
No, 100%. I also feel people need to actually sit down and just listen to the artist that I sent you instead of just, okay, what kind of music he makes? Oh, he's like rap, hip hop. No. No, listen to the music. And okay, if he's, you know, talking about the gangster life and everything, and you don't want that, okay. But if he's over here, you know, actually, like you said, maybe some political stuff or just emotional, like pain music, you know, then
the story deserves to be heard, bro.
100%.
I think so, especially because a lot of that stuff is lived experience, whether they were in it or whether they were an observer. You know what I'm saying? Like, lived experience is not something to be dumbed down for. Like, you can't you're taking away from the art. I just think you're taking away from the art. Whenever you kind of put people in a box like that, you're taking away from the art. And as influential as hip hop, rap music, whatever subgenres they create from there, it's so influential, yet it's also the biggest controversy.
No, I mean, honestly, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all. Let me ask you this: what's your thoughts about 6ix9ine?
What's up? This is Eric, the host. And if you want access to full episodes early, behind the scenes footage, bloopers, and exclusive content you won't see anywhere else, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode. And check out our brand new website at dopeindividualsonly.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram to stay up to date with everything happening with the show. We appreciate you being part of the Dope Individuals community. And shoot for the moon. If you miss, you still amongst the stars. Peace.